Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. If you've not yet subscribed to our channel, please take a moment to do that now. All right, so we are back after the long 4th of July holiday. Time to get back into some more Ray Bradbury reviews. Today we are up to Chapter 7 of From the Dust Return, Ray Bradbury's 2001 fix-up novel containing some short stories that had formerly been written at other times across his career, as well as some connector stories meant to bring the whole thing into focus as a cohesive kind of novel. Today we're up to Chapter 7, The House, the Spider, and the Child. Last time in Chapter 6, we read a story called Went Timothy, and we learned how the little boy Timothy, who is the main character of the novel, in a sense, he's basically being told stories about his family's history by his great-great-grandmother 1,000 times removed, who is an Egyptian mummy. But now we find out how he arrived in the strange house next to the tree in the hills of Illinois. The House, the Spider, and the Child is a more detailed account of what we learned last time, which is about the little boy being found in a basket. But the house is described as a puzzle inside a enigma, inside a mystery. It has hundreds of empty rooms, mostly empty rooms, but those rooms are calling out to various spirits and beings from around the world, sort of inviting them to come and join them. The table, the dining room table, has 13 numbered chairs, which is an obvious reference to the number 13. But I also suspect that if this book goes on long enough, we will have 13 distinct characters filling those chairs, hopefully. But all the bedrooms have beds, and some of those beds even have lids, inferring that they are coffins. One day, a baby boy is found in a basket by the door by a wife, a husband, and an old woman. The woman decides that she wants to keep him when she realizes that he's alive, and she has a mirror, and she's never seen her own reflection in the mirror because she's not alive, but she holds it up to him and realizes that he's alive, realizes he's pink, he's warm, he's vibrant, and he's everything that they are not. At that point, she decides to name him Timothy in reference to this light, having this memory of, she said, isn't there some saint with a special light associated with light? And they say Timothy, and I think it's done so because it contrasts to her own inner darkness. Cece, the sleepwalking girl, the astral projecting girl, and instantly feels a connection with him and sort of makes a connection and opens herself to him, and she senses that he's going to be the conduit by which all of her journeys are shared with the world in the form of his eventual writing. And lastly, we meet a spider who is said to have had a network of webs throughout the entire house. He's the only spider there, but for some reason, he wraps itself around his finger like a ring. It's described as a papal ring, referring to the Pope. So, of course, there's another religious connection there. Chapter 7 pretty much makes Chapter 6 superfluous. It's a little bit longer. It tells the story of Timothy's arrival a lot better. But it's cool that we learn more about the house. The house reminded me a lot of the tent in the one Harry Potter movie, which you go inside and it has more space inside than it does out. I got the sense that that's sort of what this place is. But it's full of a lot of strange nooks and crannies, and one room will have a high ceiling, another room won't have a high ceiling, and there'll be just little hidden corners for each of these spirits to hide and to haunt should they arrive at the house. The writing itself is beautiful, it's flowery, it's very in contrast with the bleakness of these people, but yet it works because Timothy's arrival is sort of the arrival of life into this house and to giving it new life and new meaning and something for at least the woman to do, and of course Cece has her connection as well. It's pretty short, although longer than Chapter 6. I wish Bradbury had spent more time on this. However, I'll give him a pass because it was released in 2001. He died less than a decade later. So he was quite late in his years, in his 80s, and I don't know what condition he was at that point in the process. But still, very slowly, after 7 chapters, we're getting to get a better picture of this place, these people who are inhabiting it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next time in Chapter 8, Mouse Far Traveling. Is there a mouse in the house? Or is Cece inhabiting the body of a mouse on her travels? We shall see. Tune in next time, but until next time, keep it creepy.